If you've been scrolling through endless rows of 55-inch 4K panels, weighing OLED against QLED and wondering whether the premium price really translates into a night in movie theater, this review is here to settle the debate. I've spent the last week watching everything from high-octane action blockbusters to a 3-hour documentary marathon on a few different models, and I'm finally ready to tell you which one actually makes sense for a typical living room setup. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First things first, what's the day-to-day experience like when you actually plug the Samsung QN55S85HAEXZA into your home? The most obvious thing you'll notice is the way each pixel lights up on its own. Because this is a true OLED panel, you get those deep, inky blacks that make a darkroom feel like a darkroom, and the contrast ratio is so high that a single candle on a dimly lit scene looks surprisingly realistic. In practice, that means your favorite sci-fi franchise looks like it was shot on a professional set, and those HDR highlights in a nature documentary pop without any artificial blooming. But the real litmus test isn't just how pretty the picture looks, it's whether the TV fits into the everyday rhythm of your household. I tested the TV in 3 common scenarios: a family movie night, a weekday binge-watch session, and the occasional gaming marathon. During movie night, the OLED self-illuminating pixels truly shone. The black levels stayed black even when the room lights were turned up, so the kids could still see the action without the screen looking washed out. The brightness was impressive for an OLED, enough to handle most well-lit rooms without turning the picture into a washed-out mess, something that used to be a concern with older OLEDs. When it came to binge-watching, the TV's interface felt smooth, and the upscaling engine did a decent job turning lower-resolution streams into something that didn't feel grainy. The built-in smart platform was intuitive enough that you could jump between Netflix, Disney+, and YouTube without a noticeable lag. One thing I appreciated was the ambient mode, which lets the TV display artwork or personal photos when you're not watching anything. It's not a game-changing feature, but it does help the TV blend into a living room that's also a gallery wall. Gaming was where the strengths and quirks became most apparent. The TV supports a 120 Hz refresh rate and low input lag, which means fast-paced shooters feel responsive enough for competitive play. However, the TV does not have HDMI 2.1 features like variable refresh rate, VRR, or auto low latency mode, ALLM, that newer gaming-focused panels boast. In practical terms, you'll still get a solid experience, but you won't see the same level of fluidity as you would on a dedicated gaming monitor. If you're a casual gamer who enjoys the occasional session on the couch, this TV is more than adequate. If you're chasing esports performance, you might want to look at a model that explicitly advertises those HDMI 2.1 capabilities. Now let's talk about the hidden trade-offs that most spec sheets gloss over. The big selling point for Samsung is the 2-year amber protection that promises to shield the OLED from premature burn-in. In reality, the protection is mostly a software-level pixel shift and a screensaver that kicks in after a period of static content. For most users who watch a varied mix of content, the risk of permanent image retention stays low. If you frequently run a news ticker, gaming HUD, or static logos for many hours each day, you should still be cautious. The TV does include an anti-glare coating, which helps reduce reflections on sunny afternoons, but it isn't a full matte finish, so you'll still notice some glare if your TV sits opposite a large window. Another practical aspect is the cleaning routine that Samsung advertises. The bundle comes with a non-ammonia, non-alcohol screen cleaning solution. That's a nice touch because traditional microfiber wipes can leave streaks on OLED panels, and the included solution is formulated to be gentle. Just remember to power the TV off before cleaning. You'll see the panels light up slightly if you try to clean while it's on. Who should consider buying this TV? If you value picture quality above all else, love watching movies in a near-theatrical environment, and want a TV that handles both bright and dark rooms without sacrificing contrast, the QN55S85HAEXZA is an excellent choice. Its self-illuminating pixels deliver a visual experience that most QLEDs can't match, especially for content with deep shadows. Families that enjoy mixed media movies, streaming series, occasional gaming will find it versatile enough for daily use. The 2-year amber protection gives peace of mind for average households, making it a relatively safe bet for anyone worried about burn-in. On the flip side, if you're a hardcore gamer looking for the latest HDMI 2.1 features, or if you operate a TV for a commercial setting where static images stay on screen for long stretches, you might be better served by a panel designed specifically for those use cases. Also, if your budget is tighter and you can compromise a bit on